Vin, Vin, it's time for another one of VinVin's Bedtime Adventures. This one's called VinVin and the Monster Mansion. Written by Daddy. Read by Daddy. It was a stormy night. The rain pattered against the window. The wind howled. But VinVin, who was snuggled up in bed with his plush bedtime buddy Snaky Snake, was safe and sound and settled, ready for sleep. Snaky Snake whispered, "Ready for another adventure, VinVin?" Vin's eyes grew heavy as he uttered,
"Yeah."
And all of a sudden the room spun away and the scenery changed. Vin found himself stood beside a crooked tree in front of a large, old, crumbling mansion. Cobwebs hung over branches everywhere, and the air was filled with mist, the sky dimly lit by the moon. "I'm a little scared," said Snaky, curling around Vin's shoulders like a warm scarf.
"Don't be scared, Snaky. I'm here,"
said Vin, giving the shivering snake a pat to reassure him. Just then, a tip-tapping sound approached.
"Greetings, my child,"
spoke a silky voice.
"How lovely it is to see you again."
There in front of them was Webana, the giant spider.
"Hello again,"
smiled Vin, pleased to see a familiar face.
"So glad you're here for the party. Have you come to help with the witch problem?"
Webana said, crawling closer.
"Party?"
questioned Vin with excitement and curiosity. "Which witch?" asked Snaky.
"Helga, the naughty witch, has been casting fart spells on all the zombies. They're too embarrassed to come out for the party we're having here tonight."
Vin scratched his head.
"I got there,"
said Vin.
"Dark Wizard will probably help. Dark Wizard, where are you?"
he called. With a sparkle and a splash, he soon appeared, grinning and holding his wand. "Witches aren't really my cup of tea there, VinVin, but I'll summon some good witches who may be able to assist you," said Shark Wizard, as he tilted his wand. "Witches of VinVin's family, bring forward the three that Vin calls Nanny, Wendiker, Moth, and Nana Juju. Come to us, come in view." With a flash, Vin's nanny stood there, brooms in hand, with a small familiar dog called Pepe, who landed with a bark.
"Nannies, your witches?"
asked Vin, looking confused.
"Yes, we are good witches,"
said Wendiker.
"What's happened, VinVin?"
asked Moth. VinVin pointed to Urbana, who explained about the naughty witch Helga casting fart spells on the zombies who were too embarrassed to come to the party.
"I know just the magic to use,"
said Juju.
"but we'll need our cauldron."
"No problem," piped up Shark Wizard, stepping forward as Pepe the guard dog gave a concerned whimper. "To help these witches cast their spell, bring forward a cauldron the size of a well." With a bang, the cauldron landed in front of the three witches as Pepe barked at the uncertainty of what was going on. Shark Wizard then bid them farewell and vanished with a splash.
See you later, everyone.
The witches cackled and cast a spell, throwing ingredients onto the bubbling cauldron. They chanted as they went.
"One banana peel, wings of a fly, bring forth monkey toad from the misty sky."
Boom! Monkey Toad landed with a fart. Pepe barked with his hackles up. Monkey Toad turned and farted at him, and the dog fell asleep. "Why am I here? Who summoned me?" bellowed the Monkey Toad. They all explained what had happened.
"Bring in you, Monkey Toad, to stop the witch,"
said Vin. "I'm not doing anything until I get my flies," demanded Monkey Toad. Webana then shared some that she had stored in her web, which the creature devoured in seconds.
Vin, take the monkey toad into the house and find Helga and put a stop to her naughtiness,"
said Webana. VinVin then cuddled his nannies and went inside with Monkey Toad following. The door creaked as they entered the mansion. Fart smells filled the air. It didn't take long to locate Helga. The sound of cackles was easy to follow.
There she is,
said Snaky. Helga was cackling loud as she casted more fart spells on 3 scared-looking zombies that hid around the room in shame.
Get her, Monkey Toad,
pointed Vin. Monkey Toad sprung into action, leaping high into the air and landed on the witch's head. All you could see were her stripy tights and curly shoes appearing from under Monkey Toad's bottom. He let out a giant and loud fart, and the muffled protests of the witch stopped. And as Monkey Toad bounced off, it was apparent that Helga was fast asleep. The smell had stopped her and broke her naughty magic. The zombies all came out of hiding and thanked VinVin and the Monkey Toad. We can set up for the party, said one zombie as the group of zombies left the room preparing to set up. Then a knock at the door.
That must be the guests, said Snaky. Shall we let 'em in?
VinVin nodded and they rushed to the old creaky door to let in the guests. First, in came the 3 nannies. Then were Barna. Then Vin jumped as a large green figure emerged.
Hello, Vinster,
it said. Vin stepped back. It was Frankenstein. No, it was Grandad Pip. It was Frankenpip.
I've come for this party malarkey.
He laughed, giving Vin a cuddle and entering. Guests came thick and fast. Some Vin recognised and some he didn't. The party was now in full effect. VinVin then spotted his brother Cece at the food table scoffing all the sweets.
Cece, no!
cried Vin, knowing exactly what was going to happen. But it was too late. A puff of smoke and a cackle. Mola the Tooth Goblin had appeared.
Greedy boy, scoffing sugar with no care. I've come for your teeth, so Cece, prepare.
Sneered the goblin.
Run, Cece,
called out Vin. Cece ran all over the mansion. Mola hot on his heels chasing.
We've got to save Cece, Vin,
Snaky said. Vin looked around at the guests.
I got ya,
he said, spotting 2 guests looking a little sad. It was a vampire and a werewolf. Vin approached.
You two don't wash your teeth. You must know that,
asked Vin. Yes, said the vampire. He stole my fangs, and now I cannot vamp. The werewolf also whimpered, refusing to open his mouth.
You should get revenge,
said Snaky. Take us to him, said the vampire. And Vin did as he was told and led the 2 monsters to where the chase was going on. The werewolf and vampire surrounded Mola, giving Cece a break from running.
Foiled again by monsters who don't brush. So now it's time for Mola to rush,
said the goblin, vanishing as quickly as he came. VinVin then told the 2 monsters that his nannies would fix their teeth, and told Cece,
sweets for everyone. Too much bad for your teeth. Okay?
Cece said sorry, and they all went back to the party to have a good time. Everyone was dancing, including VinVin and Snaky, but a large puff of smoke filled the room, and a large mummy entered. Everyone froze in fear, but VinVin had an idea.
I got ya.
He saw a loose bit of toilet roll, and as the mummy passed him, he stood on it. The mummy unravelled, spinning in a whirl, and there stood giggling was actually VinVin's mummy, who knelt down and gave him a big cuddle. Thunder and lightning then struck.
Time for us to depart this party, VinVin,
said Snaky.
Aww.
Vin groaned, but the world spun away and VinVin found himself back in bed. The morning light shone through the curtain, and VinVin and Snaky found themselves back in bed with Mummy and Daddy, looking lovingly at their fun-loving, waking toddler son.
The end.